Couple years down the road, you're living in Austin. You're driving home after a late night. It's probably like 4 in the morning. Sometimes you're just out late, hanging out. You worked, you went and saw some friends, you closed down a bar, you went to somebody's place. He just hung out and talked and were bullshitting. And the next thing you know, you look up, it's like, oh fuck, it's 4 a.m. I'm gonna go home. So you're driving on the interstate, right? There's hardly anybody else on the road. You know what I mean? Just like at that hour, it's like there's nobody out.
Probably blasting
It,
some tunes to stay awake.
oh yeah. You're blasting some tunes. You got the windows down. You don't really like feel tired, but it still feels good.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
So you're driving, right? Not another fucking car on the highway. An open road lays out before you.
Okay.
You kind of like go up over a hill. You get to the bottom of a hill and you see a pair of headlights racing up behind you quickly. You're in the middle lane of the interstate, right? You're not in the slow lane. You're not in the fast lane. This guy can go around you, no problem. He is cruising.
Okay.
You you wind up like just you're on cruise control. You're like, whatever. You see him in the mirror. He gets right on your ass, right? His
Oh man.
brights are on, right? He's like, he can fucking taste your butthole, right? He's like right there. He
What the
is,
fuck?
he is so close. And you kind of like,
Hold
you know
on.
that he
That's
could see
I've
you. Like,
never heard anyone say that before. That's the
what?
great. He can taste your butthole.
Yeah, he's like that close
I'm
to you.
sorry to interrupt you, but that was too insane to be unacknowledged.
Well, now it's documented forever.
All right, so he's tasting my butt.
He has got a mouthful of your fucking ass, right? He's right
Uh,
there. And you know that his lights are so bright that he can see his perfect silhouette of your bald head. You like throw your hand up, right?
yeah, come
He
on.
starts flashing his lights. You kind of like you're like, what the fuck? You're like, go around or whatever. And he flies around you, gets right in front of you, and locks his brakes up. And
What
you
the,
barely avoid hitting him, right?
no.
You're kind of sitting there on the highway, right? This guy gets out of his car. He's probably like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Looks to be like in good shape.
Okay.
Can't see a lot about him, just his frame and his aggressive posture. What do you do?
I think I say, what the fuck?
You go, what the fuck? And this guy reaches out and just punches a fucking hole right in the middle of your windshield.
Oh man, that's not
You
good.
throw it in reverse, right? You back out. You're like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, you
Yeah,
know?
fuck this.
You you go to pull around and you see that he gets back in his car and he chases you for the next 10 minutes, right?
Hmm.
You wind up taking an exit, right? You're going out to like Lockhart or some shit, some place where you're just like, I just am doing anything I can to get away from this guy.
Sure, yeah. I'm just panicking, kind of.
You're panicking, you're driving. The next thing you know, you are like out on some county fucking road and there's a fucking maniac behind you. He's flashing his lights, he's honking his horn. It's gorgeous outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a little bit out of town, you can see some stars.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
You're
outside of town
driving
is yeah, very beautiful.
Yeah, you're driving through like a starlit fucking field, some crazed man behind you. You come up onto a dead end, right? This road just ends. You panic, you get out, you just start fucking running, you know? You just start running. The lights of your car are on, you turn around, you see a silhouette of a man chasing after you,
What is this guy's problem?
right? He's just screaming at you. He's motherfucker, you cut me off, you don't own the road. He's just like very pissed off,
Sure.
right? He's chasing you. You're running. You feel that hot summer Texas heated air in your lungs. You feel it burn the back of your throat as you pant, running along unstable ground into kind of like a thicket. You see that there's like a set of trees you're gonna try to lose him in.
Okay.
It's dark. You kind of hide there for a second. You see him walk through. He notices you. You just take off running. You're just running and running and running,
Damn.
terrified. You look back. You see him pull a knife out from his boot.
Oh no. Come on.
You're running and hair in my mouth. You
Oh
wind
yeah.
up sort of like running, and you open like a like in a movie. You open up like a set of like a in like a bush, and there's like a fucking cliff face with a lake below you.
God
You
damn
look
it.
around, you're inside of like a metal culvert kind of a thing,
Okay.
like a big fucking pipe. It's all overgrown and green, and there's all kinds of there's water beneath your feet trickling out into a beautiful glass, still placid pond beneath you. You look down and you're kind of like taken back at the beauty of the moon and the stars reflecting across like the again crystal, just complete smooth surface of the pond. And then you hear the clang of a boot on the metal pipe, and you hear nowhere else to go, huh? And you look down and you think, fuck it, you know, what's my other choice? You kind of like backed yourself against like the very edge of the culvert. You reach out, you
H-
hold your
How
hands onto the pipe,
how far up am I from the water?
38 feet. It's a pretty good fall.
Yeah, that is one pretty good fall.
It's
Huh.
either that or the sharp end of a blade.
Yeah, I mean I can't like fight this guy, right?
No, I mean, you have nowhere to go.
So I guess my plan would be if he attacks me to like wait to the last second and then just try to like land on my back and just try to hit him in the balls or like flip him out into the water himself.
So that's kind of your plan. You see the glint of the blade in the moonlight that creeps in into the pipe.
I
You
try to
see
say something to make him mad, I think. To make him sloppy.
you go to say something. You look at him and you go, you're gonna say, you don't have the balls to use that knife, right? That's what you're gonna say. And you're like holding on to the culvert,
Yeah.
right? And you look at him and you go, your balls, and you slip and you fall. Right?
You're
And you do, I don't know how to describe this other than you do like a tumble midair, you do like a double backflip and you land into the water and there is barely a ripple,
really.
right? The guy looks down at you and he goes, "Oh shucks," and he turns around, he walks back to his car.
What was this guy's fucking problem?
I don't know, you'd have to ask him. But you fell into the fucking pond
Ah,
instead of getting any answers.
what was the point?
He slashes your tires on the
What
way out.
the fuck this ah
He also steals the Jack in the Box that you had waiting in the passenger seat.
are you fucking kidding me?
It was $26 worth of Jack in the Box.
That's so much.
Yeah, dude.
What's this guy's name?
His name is Ricardo Kenneth.
Ricardo Kenneth.
Yeah.
Well, he's a fucking
Uh,
asshole and a
Yeah,
menace.
yeah.
He's an
He fucking
absolute
he
crazy
eats
person.
all of your Jack in the Box on the way home. And then he then he fucks his girlfriend and goes to sleep. As he's about to fall asleep, he just laughs post coitus, full belly,
Yeah. Oh.
and his girlfriend goes, "What's so funny, Ricardo?" And he says, "I almost killed a man tonight." And they both laugh and fall asleep, happy and together. They get married.
Oh.
He takes over her dad's construction business, retires at like 42, lives a great fucking life. But you fall into that fucking pond. And again, You do a double backflip, barely a splash. You come up and you hear a clap.
What?
You hear a clap,
Okay.
and you look up at standing on the shore of the pond is like a 55-year-old slender woman with short gray hair, glasses. She's wearing a red, white, and blue jumpsuit. She's got a gold medal around her neck. She goes, "Now I know you don't know me, but let me just say I've seen a lot of dives in my life. And that, my friend, would win you one of these." And she pulls out a gold medal, an Olympic gold medal. And she goes, "What's your name, kid?"
So am I just not screaming in pain? I'm fine.
No, you're perfect, perfectly fine.
Oh,
You did get a bunch of water up your asshole,
that's
and
fine.
it felt
That
cool on a hot Texas night.
okay. That's
Your
cool, I
body
guess.
temperature dropped 1.5 degrees.
Okay. So I go, I'm Patrick.
She goes, "Hi, Patrick." She goes, my name is Judy uh, Falkenstein."
Wow.
And and she goes, "I'm the coach of the United States." She's like, "I'm the director of the United States Olympic diving program."
Oh, fuck off. Are you kidding me?
She goes, "I've been living on this lake a long time. I saw that fall you took. I was about to call 911, but then you executed that double backflip and landed with nary a splash." She kind of like leans down. She leans like the weight of her gold medal sort of like makes her shift her balance, so she kind of falls forward onto her fingertips on this dock. And she goes, "Sorry, I forget how heavy these are. I have so many of them." She goes, "I think you could be an Olympian diver, Patrick."
Wow.
She goes, "Have you ever dived before?"
No. No, I have not.
She
Also,
stands up.
I'm probably like freaking out a little bit because of what just happened. I just had to run for my life from some
She's like, "What
crazy
are you talking
person.
about?" She goes, "Get out of that water. Come inside." So
Yeah, I
you
think I
come,
would like have to decompress or talk or something. I think I would be going a little nutty because that's crazy.
Judy Morgenstein, sorry, Falkenstein,
Falkenstein, yeah.
Falkenstein. Morgenstein was her maiden name.
Yeah.
She was Judy Morgenstein, and then she met her husband, Sandrick Falkenstein.
Cedric
You know,
Falkenstein, yeah.
yeah,
What's
and
his deal?
that they his deal is he is a vice president of shipping operations for like a huge global importer. He makes like $6 million a year. He's got slick
Wow.
back hair, has never lost a hair in his life. Every single hair on his head he was born with, and I'm spoiler alert, every single hair he dies with all of them. He never loses a hair his entire life
He dies with every hair on his head.
that he ever had. He came out with a thick, full, luxurious head of hair. He's gonna die with one too. He has never lost a hair in his entire life. And he once got it caught in an elevator at a mall. Doesn't matter. He did not lose a hair. It stopped the
Wow.
power of an elevator from going up.
That is something.
So, she's the US diving director, you know? So you come out, there's like a little ladder on the side of her dock. She takes her USA jacket off, she wraps you in it. You guys go inside of her house. Huge house on a private little pond out somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Austin, Texas, right? The place is worth millions, right?
I fucking bet.
It's beautiful.
I'm picturing such a specific part of Austin too. Like this is so funny.
So you're there, right? You see these giant, like floor to ceiling windows that sort of wrap the back wall of the house. Huge in-ground pool, like an Olympic sized pool, obviously.
Right.
diving boards, the whole thing. It's like a little complex almost back there. You guys walk past, you kind of marvel at the structure and the complexity of what you're seeing in just somebody's backyard. You go inside, she makes you a piping hot cup of cocoa, and she kind of like just talks to you and like just gets to know you and befriends you. And by sunrise, you are convinced that you're going to be an Olympic diver. Judy has convinced you beyond the shadow of a doubt that despite your advanced age as an Olympic athlete would be, and with no skill or training or background,
None. This is so horrendous.
that based on talent and intuition, you might be the best diver in the world already, and you don't even know it.
Oh, man.
So you start training, right? Your life changes. You devote every waking hour to becoming a diver. And over the next year and a half, this is all you focus on.
Wow.
And I'll be honest with you, Pat, you are incredible. It's something that you don't have a diver's physique, most would say. Judy saw through that. What you
Oh,
do have is a diver's intuition
okay.
and a competitive spirit that you didn't recognize was in you before. You go to you go to this like regional diving event, kind of a thing, like a feeder event that ultimately leads you to qualifying. It's just one of those things, right? It's like your first event. You're out there in a fucking Speedo.
Yeah.
There's a camera on you, like it's all televised, There's a camera on you, and you're like climbing up the ladder, and your fucking ass crack is way out, right? You're like
It
you're
would
like
be.
you're still like you're like a hairy, like you're not like you're not shaving your body like a swimmer,
Why not?
right? You haven't like
Didn't occur to me.
you honestly you haven't needed it.
What
You're
do you
incredible
mean?
at it. You're a natural born diver. So
What
you show up,
so my
huh?
when we were growing up, my brother was a competitive diver and at the Hamlet Swim Club still has a record to this day. You can check the records. They're publicly displayed. First
Kevin
person
Dean.
the first person to do it and send a photo to me, you win a prize. However,
Pat will suck your fucking dick.
what is his response to all this? That I just naturally got good at this thing that he grew up doing. He was really good at it.
So like Kevin like is very supportive of you.
Okay.
He's an excellent brother. He says, you kind of say like, "Hey, I hope this doesn't, I had no idea." And he puts an arm on your shoulder and he goes, "Look, man, I had my time when I was younger. I set records myself."
Yeah.
He goes, "You go set some records."
Okay.
He gets he gets the Olympic rings tattooed across his fucking chest.
What?
Inside of each ring is like it looks like an airbrushed picture of you looking off in a faraway distance in like a different direction.
Oh man, that's
So
not
yeah,
good.
he's like pumped for you, right? So you go to the Fort Worth Olympic trials, right? You're doing like a high dive event. You climb up the fucking ladder. You're like out of breath by the time you get there, like
Yeah.
you have to take a second. You got to you pull your fucking Speedo up. You step out onto the board. You look down at the water and you just kind of smirk and you think, you got no idea what's about to happen to you. And then you leap off of the board and you do some like triple corkscrew thing where there's a backflip and you
Corkscrew.
yeah, you give two middle fingers to the crowd as you fall in, and you dive, and there's hardly a drop.
Fuck yeah.
And then people start chanting, bad boy, bad boy,
Oh man.
bad boy. And
Oh man.
you emerge from the pool with like your diver's cap on and you're wearing sunglasses. Because the night before you got in and you installed them at the bottom of the pool,
Oh my.
right? So
Oh.
you become like the bad boy
Ah.
of diving.
Fuck. Oh
Right,
man.
you're a little bit of a viral sensation. You storm your way through trials. You don't nobody holds a candle to you. Your presence is overwhelming. Right, one time you hid like a cowboy hat at the bottom of a pool, and you came up wearing that. You put like different things on down
Oh,
there.
okay. So that's my
One
thing is that
yeah,
I okay.
one time you put a 5 pound weight at the bottom of the pool, and you came up and you were like curling it. You're like it's and people are like it's only 5 pounds, and you're like yeah, but I'm in the water,
I'm in the
like
yeah, come
yeah,
on.
you know. People forgave you though, so you had like all these bits that you were doing
Forgave.
again, capturing the heart of the nation as
Yeah.
the bad boy of diving, Pat Dean.
Wow. Man. Oof.
It's great. You love it.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out if I like it or not.
You go to sleep with a chant in your head. Bad boy, bad boy.
So I like buy into the image.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah. And rightfully so, you're backing it up. You're one of the you have the third best odds at the Olympics by Vegas. Like that's how well you've done. People are like, this guy's
Wow.
a sensation. He's come out of nowhere. You you go like you go to the Olympics, you know, you do the whole thing. You press all the flesh, you meet the fans, you're there for the opening ceremonies. You come out with shades on. As soon as people see you, the Olympics are being held in uh Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, yeah. The Pittsburgh Olympics. And
Oh no.
yeah, it says the Pittsburgh Olympics. We weren't the first plan, you know. Uh so you go to the Pittsburgh Olympics, right? The US is in like a fucking neck and neck battle with China for the most medals, for the highest score, right? Yours is the last event. There's you and there's this one other Chinese diver. And it's pretty clear that one of you two is going home with the gold and the other one is going home with heartbreak. And the fate of like your country's Olympic hopes rides on this as well.
For the whole nation.
The whole nation, the whole world is watching. This is like for all the fucking marbles. The medal count is tied,
Oh man.
and whichever country wins this event wins the Olympic medal count. So you go up, right? Or you're like you go up to like the pool, you're kind of standing there. And this is the first time you ever felt any pressure, seeing all that red,
Yeah.
white, and blue out in the crowd. The Chinese diver goes out in front of you, and he's normally very, graceful and lithe and um, like a fucking knife through water. It's just precision. And he stumbles a little bit, and it's not the perfect dive. He comes up and he's just crying. You know that even though he's in a pool, you can just tell
Yeah.
his face is
Oh
covered in tears,
man.
right?
Yeah. To get that
He
close
he
and to
gets like an
fuck up.
89, he gets like an 89 score, and the USA side just erupts, right? And
Oh, don't do that.
you're
Don't
like,
jinx it.
all I have to do is just do what I've been fucking doing, you know? You're like, there's no reason to be in your head. Just go do what you've done this whole time, and you'll be just fine.
Why do they celebrate? God, I'm so pissed at them.
You climb the fucking ladder. Your butt crack is just hanging out again.
Yeah.
When your butt crack comes out, there's like so you start climbing the ladder and people start drumming on their knees and they're going, oh. And then when your butt crack becomes visible, everybody just oh cheers, you know.
They
People
just
have like robes made where it's like your backside with like your
oh.
fucking ass crack hanging out on the back of it, you know?
So I'm doing this on purpose at this point.
Yeah, there you got like a merch table set up. There's like a little piggy bank where it's like you bending over and you put the coins in like your ass crack.
Oh
You sell them for
man.
49.99 and you can't keep them in stock. It's you
Okay.
bent over and you're like looking back and you got those fucking shades on and people are just putting pennies and quarters and stuff in your asshole.
Okay, we have
And
it on so
every time they put a coin in, it just goes bad boy.
oh my god. That is
49.99. You're buying them for like 12.50. You know, you're getting them into the US for like 12.50. Dude,
yeah.
you're killing it. You got another 6 pallets of them on the way.
6 pallets.
Yeah.
Man, that
So
is
you start climbing, right? Your fucking ass crack comes out.
they're doing the
Oh
oh.
yeah, they are. Even the announcers on the TV, they're they're
What?
like, and now the tradition we've all come to grow and love, and they fucking long time multiple Emmy award winning cameraman, Jim Thorpeman, fucking zooms in. He's got a tight shot right on your fucking ass. It
Oh
is
wow.
perfectly clear. It is incredibly stable and smooth. As soon as he he's like he's just right there, dude. Your ass crack comes out, he zooms in. You can see the fucking hairs on your butt. He is right there. And the announcers are, they're like they do the whole thing. You get to the top, you're looking out into the pool, and you hear a chant of USA, US. Like people are cheering. The whole stadium is fucking erupting.
Man, my merch is going to go through the fucking roof.
You look out at the crowd. There's like a USA section, and everybody's standing. They're screaming. They're going fucking crazy, right? It's the most animated anybody's ever been.
I just try to focus.
You look over at them and you just point, and they all fucking lose it. You know what I mean?
That's the exact opposite. All right, yeah.
No, but you're like caught up in the moment, you know?
Yeah, okay.
You're looking out at these people that are cheering you on. You feel like this goal is right within your grasp, you know? You're
Yeah.
right there.
So I feel like I would try to focus really intently and just try to block everything out.
You do. You you look down and you look into the water. You see like you focus on the ripple and you just kind of like focus and you just watch the water as it moves,
Yeah.
you know? You you let it like just sort of take you away. The place gets deathly quiet,
That's awesome.
right? The announcers are ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
Oh, okay.
You kind of like
What the hell?
have your hands on the side, you take a big deep breath, you breathe in, you breathe out, and some big fat guy in the crowd farts and you laugh at it and you just fall into the
Oh,
pool,
oh,
right? And you end up getting a lesser score and you lose and the Chinese side just like erupts, right? Right? And
oh no. What's my
you
score?
oh, it's like a six and a
Oh
half.
no.
You like fell off the side. You like
I'm
the guy
sorry.
farted and you like looked up like, huh? And you like laughed and you fell backwards off into the side of the pool.
Who was the guy?
That guy's name was Doug Fudley.
Oh,
And he had been killing the hot dogs. They had to like cut him off.
that- okay.
Yeah.
They had to cut him
Yeah,
off
because they said, look, Doug, last time you were here, you had too many hot dogs and we got to cut you off. It's called the Doug Fudley rule. You're not allowed more than 6 hot dogs unless you spend more than 3 hours inside a ticketed event.
Okay.
So, you
Dud.
fall, right? You
Oh,
go
dude.
uh you go back home, back to
Uh,
Austin,
Heartbroken.
heartbroken. And kind of a national disgrace. Like
Oh,
you were
come
the butt,
on.
you were the butt of a lot of jokes, and you were like clearly the person that did not succeed when the moment called for it,
No.
and are the reason that the Chinese won the gold medal count at the Pittsburgh Olympics.
Ah,
So you're
my
like waiting tables, right?
my
You know,
uncles are going to be so pissed.
you wouldn't know. They don't talk to you anymore.
Oh, come
So
Uncle
you are
David.
like,
Uncle
yeah,
Bobby.
no, they wrote it off.
Come on, guys.
Uh, so you're like working, you like had like just gotten back home. You had your first day waiting tables and everybody fucking recognized you and
Oh,
everybody had
man.
something to say,
I
you
bet.
know? You got off work and you're like, I just want to go home. I want to eat awful food. I want to get uncomfortably high and just get through today. We've all had those days. So
Yeah.
you're driving home, you pull over at a gas station, you go inside, what you're gonna get a snack. You grab a Milky Way Midnight.
Really?
Yeah. You get a Coca-Cola,
Oh my God.
you get a bag of fucking Doritos,
Yeah.
you check out, and he's like, it's that'll be 9:16. And you go put the rest on pump three or whatever. And he goes, sure thing. You go outside. As soon as you step out, right, you get to the car, you put the pump in, you just immediately open the fucking candy bar, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not even waiting. I just need this now. You go to take a bite out of it and you hear patty cakes, patty cakes. Fake is mad.
Oh man.
He says, it's been a long time, Pat. You look
Yeah.
over and you know how when you're pumping gas, there's like fumes you can kind of see like this iridescent thing. There's like a guy, he's like a mobster, like in the fumes. And he goes, hey, Pat, he goes, don't you recognize me? He goes, that's me. Gene, I'm a genie. And I'm a genie. Gene, I'm a genie is a gasoline genie.
Yeah.
And he comes to you you're when you're pumping gas and he will grant you a wish in exchange for like a favor or some information, whatever. He
I
goes, so he
was
goes,
I was I was wondering when I was gonna see you again, Gene.
he kind of laughs. He goes, me too, Pat. He goes, been a long time. Heard about the Olympics.
Yeah.
He goes, he kind of like smacks his fist. He goes, you want me to pay that farting asshole a visit?
Man, I feel like I would want to say yes, but I think I would say no.
He goes, I'll tell you what, I'll do you one better. He goes, what if I could grant you the wish of having a second shot at the dive? He goes, let me put you back in Pittsburgh, Patrick.
What do you mean?
He goes, you do something for me, I'll make it like it never happened.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. What do I
He goes,
do?
great. He goes, I need something moved across the city discreetly.
Okay.
He goes, information's on the dash, and then click. The gas shuts off. Gene's gone.
Yeah, this is just too much to deal with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna try to do
You
this.
uh you put the pump away on the dash of your car is a business card. It's got an address and it says 12 cases, fragile. So there's an address. It's at uh One, two, three, legitimate drive. It's a new street in town at this place called the Pasture.
Oh no.
Yeah, it used to be nice,
Yeah,
but it's fallen on some hard times. And legitimate drive is where there's like a ton of like really sketchy businesses.
yeah,
So you drive to 123 legitimate drive. You see there's like two guys standing in an open garage door. You pull up, they kind of like, what the fuck, you know?
yeah.
What do you say to them?
Man, did I like plan anything or did I just
Is that you said you were just gonna drive.
fuck?
So you
Yeah, I
showed
guess I
up.
did. Yeah, I
They
go,
go, who the fuck are you?
what am I even supposed to do?
So you look at the card and it says 12 cases.
Okay.
And Gene, so you like you kind of think back, and Gene's like, oh yeah, Gene had something he needed moved. So you tell these guys, you're like, I'm here for 12 cases of something for Gene.
Yeah. I go,
The one guy,
yeah, I say I'm with Gene. I'm here to pick something up.
the one not the guy who like first walks out, but there's like another guy in the garage, takes a long drag off the cigarette. He goes, Gene sent you.
Yep,
And you show him like the card, and he goes, all right, open your trunk.
I do.
And you open your trunk, and these guys load like 12 cases of well, there's clearly like bottles. They're like clearly like running booze. You look in the garage, there's like a still, you know, they're like definitely running booze.
Wow.
Whatever, right?
It's kind of weird.
They close the lid, right? They
This
close the
lid.
lid on your fucking trunk,
Yep.
right? They go, not a drop of this gets spilled. They go, it all has to go. It all has to get there.
Okay.
So you get in the car, right? You start driving. The freeway's wide open, you know.
Taking it.
You got your GPS on, right?
Good.
You're heading to like the fucking address that's written on the card, you know what I mean?
How far is it?
It's like 25 minutes, you know.
White knuckling.
You're driving out there, like I said, it's a little late, right? Nobody else is on the road. You go over a hill and a set of headlights come up behind you.
This mother.
You see the lights start flashing, right? Same thing as before. What do? He's right on your fucking ass. He can taste your fucking butthole.
I get the hell out of there. I slam on the brakes and I let this. I say fuck it, and I'm getting my revenge on this guy. Fuck this guy.
You slam on the brakes. This guy just
Absolutely.
rear ends your car.
Good.
The liquor explodes. It goes all over the highway,
Oh
right?
no.
It catches on fire at one point, right? So you're
Oh,
like, there's like a fire and there's like all this like hooch underneath your car, and like
ooch.
the spark like ignites it, and your car just catches on fire. And there
Oh,
was and it spread like too much, too fast, and
yeah.
you couldn't outrun the flames, and you were running around on the highway of fire, and then you eventually succumbed to it. And you fell and you just burned right there on the fire. You died of smoke inhalation technically, but you were not going to survive like what happened to you, and your face like gets burned to the fucking hot Texas asphalt. And the guy who runs into you, it's like not even the same guy. It was like a totally different guy. You know, just you were just in the
Oh,
middle lane, and
really?
yeah, you thought it was that guy, and you were just paranoid, and you let him slam into your car.
I guess I didn't look into it at all. Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Holy
Those
shit.
the liquor never arrives, so
Oh
those two
no.
guys get killed. Those two guys get killed. There's a huge fight on legitimate drive. A big shootout occurs, and there's like 16 people dead. Those two guys definitely get their throats slit right in front of their families, right in that home.
Ah, Gene.
Somewhere far away, Gene sees it and he just sighs and he goes, "Motherfucker, you fucking die."
This is why no one likes you, Gene. Fuck. God, that sucked so bad. Damn it. Man, that had some really, really bad consequences, huh? Son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Judy Falkenstein delivers your eulogy.
Really?
Yeah. She wears all black. She's the only person who comes. She delivers it to total silence.
Oh, no.
They lower your body into the grave before she's even like three sentences in. The two guys who are working there are like, fuck this. And they just start lowering. She's just crying her eyes out, talking about a talent
Oh,
that was
wow.
lost.
Wow. Front to back awful. Oh, oh man.